Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, lived an amazingly beautiful girl. Cinderella's mother had passed away a very long time ago.
How am I
Her
going
father
to live
had brought
without
her
you?
up. One day, when Cinderella's father remarried, her life had changed dramatically. Her father's new wife and her two stepsisters had moved to Cinderella's house. Since the first time they met, her stepmother couldn't stand the sight of Cinderella. She and her two daughters were extremely jealous of Cinderella's beauty and kind heart. One day, due to work reasons, Cinderella's father had to leave on a long journey. And that was the time when Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters turned her life into a living hell. While Cinderella was in the garden talking to her very beloved birds, her stepmother approached her.
As of today, you will live in the attic. You will do all the housework.
Cinderella didn't know what to say. Helplessly, she did what she was told. She packed her stuff and moved to the attic. After that day, Cinderella began to do all the housework all on her own. She used to get very tired, but neither her stepmother nor her stepsisters felt sorry for her. "Wipe the floor again! Can't you see it's still dusty? You haven't done the laundry. I have nothing proper to wear." Cinderella had no friends other than the mice and the birds that used to come to her window. Due to the cold, secretly at nighttime, Cinderella would go downstairs to the chimney and warm up near the dying
I need
fire
to rest.
and fall asleep. As the days went on by, one day in the town, an announcement was made by the kingdom.
The prince is holding a grand ball in the castle. All eligible
All the girls who are eligible for marriage are invited to this ball. As soon as the stepsisters heard about this invitation, they ran home and told their mother. "We must get some gowns and shoes for you
Just a little
girls.
longer.
Move along, we're going shopping."
I said I don't
Hearing
want to
all
look
that
like
was
that.
talked about, with a sad face, Cinderella stood there and watched. The preparations went on for days. Both the stepsisters had their gowns sewn. Every day, they would go in front of the mirror and tell themselves. Cinderella built up all her courage and asked her stepmother,
Can I come to the ball too, please?
"Who? You?" "Yes, well, it's said that all the young girls can come. Is this your dress for the ball? The prince is looking for a wife, not for a maid, my dear." Her stepmother and her stepsisters made their way to the castle. And all
I
on
am
her own
missing
at
you
home,
so much
Cinderella
today.
began to cry. Right at that moment, a very
Why did it
bright
have
light
to be this
appeared.
way?
At first, Cinderella did
Is
not
there any
understand
hope
what it
left
was.
for me?
She was staring at the light, and suddenly, a beautiful fairy appeared in the middle of the light.
I am your fairy godmother, my beautiful Cinderella. I am here to help you go to the ball
Cinderella
tonight.
could not believe her eyes. "Now, bring me a pumpkin and 7 mice." Cinderella could not understand why she wanted these things.
Little friend,
Then she went to the
Don't
attic,
be
got her
afraid.
mice friends, and went down again. With her magic wand, the fairy turned the pumpkin into a beautiful horse carriage. Then she turned to the mice.
I see you watching from your magic mirror. If you don't click that like button, the evil stepmother wins. Seriously, do you want her to win?
When she touched her with the magic wand, Cinderella's old dress turned into a beautiful ball gown.
Now it is time to go to the ball, but don't forget. You must be home when the clock strikes 12, because by then everything will turn back to what they were.
Cinderella then hopped on her carriage and started to ride towards the castle. Her mesmerizing carriage stopped in front of the castle. When Cinderella entered through the grand doors to the ballroom, all the eyes were on her. She looked so beautiful and elegant.
She is so beautiful.
She looks like a princess from a magical land.
Her stepmother and even her stepsisters could not stop looking at this beautiful lady.
Oh my God! Oh my God, Prince!
Suddenly, the prince appeared on the stairs. Cinderella really stood out amongst all the young women at the ball. The prince fell in love with the first sight of this beautiful young woman. The prince and Cinderella began to dance amongst the curious looks of all the invitees. Of course, Cinderella could not feel how time had passed. At some point, the big clock caught her eye. It was almost midnight. Right at that moment, Cinderella remembered the fairy's warning. You must be home when the clock strikes 12 o'clock, because by then, everything will turn back to what they were. With a panic, Cinderella began to run and left the prince behind. When she was running down the stairs of the castle, she dropped one of her shoes, but she did not even have time to go back and collect it. When she ran further, the clock struck midnight, and everything turned back to what they were before. When the prince went out after her, he spotted her shoe on the stairs. Find the owner of this shoe, even if you have to get all the girls in the kingdom to try it. Just find her. Cinderella came home breathless and went straight up to the attic. She started thinking about the night she had with the prince. She knew she had no chance, but still she had fallen in love with him. In the end, the prince's men came by Cinderella's house. Cinderella was very happy to see the king's carriage in front of the house. Right when she was about to leave her room, her stepmother appeared at the door.
Please. Someone help me.
The men first let the old skinny sister try the shoe, but it was too small for her feet. Then the younger, chubby sister tried the shoe, but her chubby foot did not even get in the shoe. One of the mice slipped underneath the door and ran downstairs. The stepmother was at the door with the prince's men. Opening the door, she ran down as fast as she could. How did you get out? Please stop. Don't go. I want to try the shoe too. When Cinderella tried the shoe on, everybody was in shock because it fitted her perfectly. Cinderella went to the castle with the prince's men, and they took her in front of the prince. Right when he looked in her eyes, the prince knew it was her who danced with him that night.
My Cinderella.
He held her hands. I finally found you, my princess. Would you marry me? With teary eyes from happiness, she accepted the prince's offer. They got married and lived happily ever after.
And hit subscribe right now, or I shall turn your phone into a pumpkin. I'm not joking. I have the wand right here. Just kidding! Mostly. Join our kingdom for more magic!